Have you ever heard about the LA riots of 1992? Or Rodney King? Or Latasha Hollins? Well, don't worry. I'll be taking you back to the 1990s to tell you about the history of the 1992 Los Angeles Riots. Los Angeles, California is known for many games. The music industry will never end. New TV shows and movies are coming out by Hollywood film studios. And the police theme in the city is a nightmare. In the late 80s, LAPD chief Daryl Gates created Operation Hammer to stop the gangs in Los Angeles. Unfortunately, the police create a mass arrest of Black and Hispanic people, and citizens complain about police brutality and excessive force on citizens. So I think this needs to stop. On March 3rd, 1991, a Black taxi driver named Rodney King was caught speeding on the freeway through a neighborhood. When King resisted arrest, he was tased, beaten with batons, and bruised by 4 LAPD officers. A man named George Floyd recorded the incident on his camcorder. While George couldn't find no one in the LAPD who was interested in the videotape, he went to the news stations. 13 days later, after the Rodney King incident, a 15-year-old Black girl named Latasha Hollins was murdered by a Korean store owner named Soo Jang-doo. After she fought, the teenager was going to steal a bottle of orange juice. However, she was just paying for it, but then she shot her. Everyone in the Black community is outraged and angry at the Korean store owner for murdering that teenage Black girl. She was going to be sentenced for 16 years in prison for manslaughter. Unfortunately, Judge Carlin gave her 5 years probation, 400 hours of community service, $500 fine, and no jail time, which makes everybody upset and angry. On April the 29th, 1992, the 4 officers who beaten Rodney King were only given acquits of the charges, which makes everybody mad and frustrated. The riots began with Florence and Normandy, where Black people threw rocks at cars and attacked 2 white people and 1 construction worker. Later that night, Parker Center was madness, with people burning flags, destroying buildings, breaking glass, and setting fires to the buildings. It was the most troubling day in the city. The next day, everyone was looting stores and setting fires in different parts of Los Angeles. Then, the looters went to Koreatown to loot stores. When the police are supposed to help the Koreans, they couldn't. So, the Korean store owners managed to defend themselves with guns and rifles to protect themselves and their stores. Koreatown is damaged and destroyed by arsonists and looters. Everyone in the city is upset, angry, sad, and disappointed. Cameras were filming everything from news to regular people. 4 days later, the riots stopped and the National Guard came. Schools, businesses, and banks are reopened but destroyed. Everything is devastated and destroyed. So everyone has to rebuild and start a new life in LA. Unfortunately, 63 people were killed, 2,383 people were injured, and 12,111 others are arrested. The city has to pay $1 billion for damages and destruction on the buildings, stores, shops, banks, Daryl has resigned his position. The LA Riots has made its history in pop culture, media, and literature, such as movies, books, TV shows, songs, plays, and the 2004 GTA video game. Grand Theft Auto San Andreas is said to be based on the 1992 riots. There is a motivation and lesson behind this. The limitation of riots' moral question societies is that they cannot win, and the participants know it. Hence, rioting is not a revolutionary, but a reactionary, because it invites defeat. It involves a emotional catharsis, but it must be followed by a sense of futility. A motivation quote by Martin Luther King Jr. The lesson is never take part or join in a riot situation. Police officers need to know what they're doing is bad and they'll get fired. Everyone must be nice and kind to one another, as peace is in hand and justice will be served. People can get angry, mad, irritated, or frustrated sometimes, but the best way to not get angry is to stay calm, breathe in, and breathe out. Peace and love is the surface of everything. And